Painting this mangrove looks complicated, it looks chaotic, and most people wouldn't even know where to start. But the way you organize the chaos that nature throws at you is by understanding something I call the light code. That's how the light is hitting the subject. Once you see that, things stop being a mess. You can then block in the entire subject with one average flat color and value, and then go in and add your darkest darks to create depth in the subject. And because the light's coming from behind and to the left, you already know exactly where the highlights go, along the outer rim and slightly dripping into the shadow. You're not copying the photo, you're organizing the chaos of nature and doing what's best for the painting. In this video, I'm going to break down the key moments from this 30-minute painting tutorial inside Paint Coach Studio and show you how knowing the light code makes painting foliage super easy. Let's get into it. Green. Now this is where I want to talk about light and kind of how the light is hitting this. It's a little hard to tell in the photo. It's a lot easier when you're painting from life to kind of see what the light's doing, but you can tell from like the cast shadow from the sign here, the light is coming from kind of behind this. And a lot of times with backlit subject matter, like backlit trees or bushes, they're actually pretty easy to paint because you just kind of have to put in one flat shadow color and then kind of on the rim where the light's kind of shining over it and kind of catching that back rim of the light, you get some highlights there and it reads. Maybe go in and push a little darker darks in the shadows and it reads. It's just, when your things are backlit, they can read flat, which helps you painting. And look at that. Look how quickly we just blocked in this whole shape. This whole big tree or bush, mangrove, blocked in. One big flat color. And my main thing is I want to make sure it's reading appropriate with what I have in here, meaning that it's sitting in front of this. And it's like, okay, this is all working. This is desaturated and cooled down enough, light enough to sit in the distance. And then I can do the same thing since I have the sky color here, just kind of breaking up the edges here. Get it to read more organic. Nothing crazy. Don't need to get carried away. Don't want to cut back into it too much. All right, let's move to this, the big main tree bush thing here. So I always like to do darks first, and so I'm going to push some darks, like right down in here. And since all this paint is wet into wet, it's really going to help us with soft edges. And I don't need to paint every little shadow shape that I see. I can kind of squint my eyes and I just kind of want to get the big forms. And some to understand with this, and a lot of times with trees, is you're going to find a lot of these darkest shadow shapes towards the bottom of the tree and kind of less as you get further up. I think you'll be amazed at like how much we're going to be able to portray with these with this mangrove bush with just 3 values. It's just 2 values right now. There's already forms starting to read with the mid-tone shadow and the darkest dark. All right, let's do the light. It's probably the most fun part of the painting. Again, don't want it too bright. Touch of the cad lemon. And again, thinking about the pattern, it's not like I need to paint exactly what I see. I need to paint what I know is happening with the light, which is like kind of this top rim getting hit, and then fewer as it kind of goes this way. Maybe there is a little bush kind of protruding out that gets hit a little bit right there. Another thing while putting these in, make sure, like I just made this little shape here, make sure you don't just make a bunch of little shapes that same shape. Like this one's a lot longer than this one. You just want to make sure you have some variety. And a lot of times this light that I'm putting in with backlit trees, it can be a little bit more saturated because a lot of times the light is shining through the leaves, and it's when the light shines through the leaves, it's kind of like a more saturated glowing light opposed to just like a leaf and seeing the light hit the surface. A perfect example is like if you take an orange, like, you know, you pull the peel off an orange and just like an actual little piece of orange with no skin on it, and you hold up the light and it can like shine through and it's like a glowing color. It's kind of like that. All right, I'm doing a lot of talking. I need to paint a little quicker. And if you ever don't know when to stop with putting these highlights on, like if you get to that point where like, I don't know if I should keep going, just move on to a different part of the painting. Like right now I'm kind of like, okay, do I need any more? And do I go any lighter? Like, what should I do? If I get to that point, I just move on. I say, okay, I'm gonna get more pieces of the puzzle in, come back to that. Again, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, a little bit of white right here, kind of stops there. It's not too bad. So that's the shadowed side. And again, this whole idea of the light coming from the back, the left, same thing's happening to this post. So I'm just get some white, lighten this up, and then the left side here. Quick break here, and assume that if you're watching this video, you're into landscape painting, and there's probably nothing more important to know with landscape painting than composition. It's the first thing you do in the process, and I always say if you don't get the composition right, it doesn't matter how well you paint your painting. That's why I've made my free composition coaching guide. It's a series of short, easy to understand videos that simplifies composition to something that you can actually implement in your next painting. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. This top side here, got that right there, right there. Now the fun part's putting the highlights on these. I clean my brush, come back, I'm gonna check that thing off my brush. Let's get a little bit of white here. Again, remember like kind of the light pattern we've been talking about. It's the top left, and so come over here and just the top left, just add a little highlight. I think it's all working. Again, you can always come back and push things. Wondering if I can push it a little bit lighter here. But again, if you aren't in the advanced student tier and you want to know more about my plein air process and see how I painted this from life, filmed the whole thing, talk about my my materials and just everything to help you get going plein air painting if you ever wanted to try. All right. There we go. Nice focal point. All these lines leading us there. But that is it for this 30-minute painting. All right. Have fun painting.